talking about politics coming from a view of the streets. You know what I'm saying, dog? We're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers. None of that shit that's on TV. You know what I'm saying? We come straight from the hood. The hood view. You know? Representation of black people, period, on the bench. Because we don't know who Clarence Thomas is representing. He's sitting on a Supreme Court, sitting on a bench, smelling like cocoa butter.
I'm back, damn it.
Somebody join. Welcome, 2, 3, 4, 5. We live. Welcome to Hoodview Politics. We'll be going to a deep, detailed dive into politics from a hood point of view. I'm Rabbit Jones.
And I'm Tony, the number one soul brother. Back here once again for another edition of HVP. The hell?
Some feedback on something. Let's go.
Oh. Yeah, echo.
Yeah, I hear. Volume or something. This. Hold on, we gotta find out. What's that? You got it? Test.
Got nothing running.
What the fuck is that at? One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The mic. The computer. Volume. There's so much going on right now in these politics streets. You know?
Oh, no. I think I'm good.
Yep.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Where the hell is it coming from?
Test. You volume down?
Yeah. Shit on.
Test. What it do?
Shit on. Yeah. You got my slight technical difficulty up in this piece right now, but we're gonna straighten that out. And all right. I think we got that straightened out. Well, we back at you with another edition of Hoodview Politics. I just feel right now our voices are or becoming voices like ours, important to the cause. We need to keep this thing going. I did want to come on over the weekend, but I checked some other fools out. And I don't know what the fuck kind of content they putting out, but I'm trying to keep on pushing.
Exactly. I mean, most of the content is like not. It's not us. So when you start digging into Democratic politics, we do it different. That's just all we. It ain't like just because we ain't been to college or no shit like that, or we ain't been political college, or we ain't lawyers or doctors and no shit like that. Just because of that don't mean we can't talk and debate politics. So I think that's the heart and soul of this podcast is conversation, debate of politics. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that we both are Democratic leaning people and Democrats, we look at everything the same. And I feel like as black people, first of all, as black people watching this joint, we had the black debate of what's best for our culture, right? And sometimes you might think something different, better for our culture than me. And our job is articulate each of our sides, debate the sides, and let the audience decide who's right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. I don't know. You know, and at the end, it just, you know, debating is debating, and then podcasting is podcasting. So in the end, we want to get out there as much information as possible. We want to learn just as much as everybody out there. We never here to preach or teach. You know what I'm saying? We just here to motherfucking learn with y'all. And when me and my man get into a debate, it's all for passion first, and for whatever the topic is. And most of these topics are, when you get into politics, are more personal and passionate to be getting involved in. Anyway, so y'all gonna see that and more debates with me and him in Democratic politics. And in the end, we want what's best for Democratic politics because we see Republicans as a danger to the black culture. It don't get no simpler than that. You know what I'm saying, Doc? And after that orange neck pig demon was elected, that means we got a job to do. And then we doing it. You know what I'm saying, Doc?
Yep.
That brings me to motherfuckers today. Now, look, just like me and my man, we got different ways of doing this shit, right? And you got Democrats, you got different ideas and different ways of doing the same thing. So when we look back on history, Democrats blew people out during Clinton time, during Obama time. So you'll naturally think as a motherfucking Democrat, who is the people that ran that campaign when you're running for something? You know what I'm saying? You'll think those like the MJs of the campaign runners. You know what I'm saying? Because they blew people out. Now, I don't look at it like that, but I do got respect for the motherfuckers that won. If you won, hey, you did the shit right then, as far as I'm concerned. And we go back, and people like Carver, right, that ran Clinton campaign. Now, just like me and my man, we having debates. He sparked a debate within the Democratic Party. Now, you'll never turn on a channel and watch Democrats debate each other. Never. Except for when you come on here. You always go to a Democratic channel and all of them agree and all of them are still, it's just, you'll never see anything where one of them will be disagreeing with the other Democrat. So therefore, you don't have nobody just like him that would blow a bomb in your normal thought process. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and that calls for debate. And you don't have nobody in the party like him. So let's say he wasn't here. And he never would. Now, he had an idea earlier to motherfucking Democrats to just let, similar to what I said, be honest with you, let these motherfuckers do whatever fuck they want. Give them all their cabinets. Let them do what they think. Do their thing. And he said to play possum or something like that. And just play dead or something. Right? And let them do their thing. Right? And a month to 60 days, everything will collapse and everybody will turn on, even including his voters, will turn on Donald Trump. Now, we are 35 days after that. Where do you think his prediction lies as we see it today?
He called. She told you what was going to happen, and it happened. Hillary told you what was gonna happen, and it happened. Biden told you what was gonna happen, and it happened. Just like he told you, verbatim, and he didn't listen. Democrats are still telling you. It don't get no more hardcore Democrat than James Carville. And he told you. And 30 days later, he was on with Smircana show on CNN. 30 days to the day that he said it was going to happen. And it happened. We can't keep what he's trying to tell you is, look, we know this shit. We know how to fix this shit. We know how to get motherfuckers in. We know the people to talk to and how to talk to. We see this. When are you going to listen? And he one of the ones. For some reason, you want to phase out, or you don't want to listen to. Dude, I think it's fair to say the first real live, I say, election or campaign we watched. Well, for me, it was the Clinton campaign. And we both know where Clinton was in the polls and with the shit with the women and the state troopers and all this other shit that came out. That Clinton was at the bottom of the polls.
Mm-hmm.
Clinton was getting smoked. People like Clinton. I like Clinton from the early debates. He seemed like he presidential, and he just talked to the people. The dude behind that campaign is James Carville. And James Carville been telling you what's been happening for years. They don't want to listen to him. And he talking to the people, motherfucker, the people you want to need to win. He telling you how to talk to them and telling you who they are. And y'all don't want to listen. Listen to this dude, man. He gonna tell you again, this is gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And I think it's just blind luck. I don't get it. I gotta listen to my old heads.
Yeah. I fucks with. I always fuck doing it anyway because I was trying to figure out how can you live with a Republican wife. How the fuck he did that? You know, like how can you even stand the hoe? But she wasn't one of those wild ass Republicans though.
Nah, she was.
You know what I'm saying? Like sensible shit. She was sensible when Republicans were sensible.
I think that was during the process of courting her. He fucked a little bit of sense into her.
Yeah, because she wasn't no drastic. Like when I heard her talk, she wasn't drastic to me. But she just always would be saying she a Republican. But
damn, we're fucking with him. She ain't no MAGA Republican.
True. Now this is him on what you say his dude's name again?
Who's Smircana?
Yeah, we're gonna get on him in a minute.
Really talented people run for president. This whole thing is in the Democrats. They had 27. What they gonna do?
Yeah. Smart. What the fuck is this? Smircana. Yeah. I fucks with him for all right, put it like this. Because and sometimes you be like, you want to listen to somebody that's down the middle. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm gonna ask you. To me, when I listen to him, he down the middle more than most people, to be honest with you.
Yeah. He try to be more middle of the road. You can tell that he lean left. But he try to be fair. So I guess that's all you can ask. So you don't get that little fucking that whiny little weirdo on Fox News, Jesse Waters, or whatever the fuck his name is. That dude's a fucking weirdo. And a lot of them motherfuckers y'all listen to, you MAGAs, MAGites, or whatever the fuck you want to call yourself. Y'all listen to a bunch of fucking weirdos. These dudes don't like nobody. They don't like nobody. And for some reason, you think they like you.
But I don't know. I give him credit though. What he did was called put it like this. Let's let it play.
They have a chance to redefine themselves, to talk about issues that matter to people, and get away from this idiocy, plus 25 Democratic.
What's his name?
Smirch.
When he was on MSC, was he Republican or Democrat?
I believe he's a Democrat. He leans left. I was trying to think. He used to come on. He used to come on as a contributor from God damn, from one of the news organizations. He used to come on. I'd be on there all the time and shit.
Yeah, because when I first seen him, he was on MSNBC. But like I said, he down the middle and shit. So I'm cool with that.
Yeah. I think he ain't 18 right now. Shit. He a weekend host. I say about a C team right now. The A team is in prime time. I say the B team will be the daytime to keep the motherfuckers informed.
This whole signal game thing, you think it's going to be over?
These are no times for rope-a-dope strategy. You get the final word.
Intelligent person, and I don't know how long it'll take us to unring this bell, because that's what I have to do. But again, if we're smart, and we Muhammad Ali, and we knock him out in the 7th round, I'll be plenty happy enough with that. I'm just calling on Democrats to be strategic, not to be emotional, to understand what the dynamics are. That if you look at this whole signal gate thing, you think it's going to be over? You think people that are stupid are going to stop being stupid? You think people that are buffoons are going to stop being buffoons? No, they're going to keep doing that. And you're looking at Stephen Miller running the foreign policy and defense policy of the United States. Take a look at that guy. Go look him up. Look at a picture of him and tell me, does this guy really? You really want him running the show? Is that where you are?
I'd love to get him on this program. Yeah, I want him on this program on a split screen with you, and let's have that conversation together. I
really like him because he really combat. He like combative. He's not really one of those Democrats that want to be. I don't be liking them motherfuckers that call themselves doing something, but then they kowtow to the Republican in the end, or want their approval or some shit like that. It just throws me the fuck off. I don't be understanding that shit. I don't be getting it, yeah.
Man. The dude is a guru. He on guru status. And when, man, you say he combative. When he combative, but he's smart. I always got to say, why use 100 words when 10 to do? You know, why?
That's the part the Democrats got to realize, right there.
Right. Dudes like James Carville, you understand what the fuck he's saying. When he say, do you think somebody that's stupid is going to stop being stupid? The story, you can't, man, you can't write this shit. In Hollywood, what's going on with these motherfuckers right now? So let them be them. And they can fuck their own brand up while you building up your brand in the background, and bam.
That's what he was saying.
Let's roll the clip and then have James respond. Go ahead.
Sure. All we talk about is how unpopular Donald Trump is. But in reality, he's basically more popular than he was at any point in term number one, and more popular than he was when he won election back in November of 2024.
I mean, James, to have these numbers and be any other new president, newly inaugurated president,
that right there is what we was talking about the other day about the Cenk Uygurs and all those motherfuckers that call themselves Democrats. They just beat up Democrats all day. So their numbers
regarded
look
as a
like
disaster.
That, you
but
know what I'm saying? So it has nothing to do with Trump numbers. His numbers are still under 50. So he's not doing nothing special. He's still the same person. Got the same amount of votes. Democrats didn't get all the votes they supposed to get out there. And you got to get those people more wanting to vote. That's simple as that.
Energize their ass.
Exactly. It's like they ain't doing enough to win. Democrats ain't doing enough to win. Republicans did what they usually do. And they won it for them this time. You know what I'm saying?
They already knew Trump had a ceiling. Yeah. He wasn't going above that 75 that he got. He wasn't going much above that. He wasn't going above that 75 because he was always around that number in all the elections he'd been in. He'd been around that 75 million mark, give or take a few. So how the fuck you go from 81 in the previous election down to what, 74, 75? That's 6. That's a lot of drop off right there. But them people you gotta get back. And people like James Carville talk like them people that you need to get back. Make it plain. To say this is what it is. They fucking up. They gonna take your Medicare. They gonna do this. Stupid people gonna do stupid shit. And let them keep doing stupid shit because you can't stop them. But
it comes down to what do you want to do here? How you want to attack? That's why I'm mad at Democrats. Only problem I got with Democrats, they don't have no strategy as a whole. Like, y'all should outsmart these motherfuckers. Y'all let motherfucker Mitch McConnell outsmart y'all asses when he was the leader. Like, come on, man. Outsmart them. They dumb, though. Y'all got really dumb fucks in there. Y'all can't outsmart these niggas. Y'all want something foolish. Now, you got motherfuckers that do different things and try different tactics, right? Now, to me, most of the tactics have to touch everybody so everybody can know it. Yeah. Whatever it is you're doing. Other than that, it ain't gonna work. Now, you got motherfucking Cory Booker. And he just did the marathon of more than 24 hours of filibuster. Now, if you don't know what's filibustering, if you want to explain to the layman's terms out there, joint the layman, what's that called when you say it to the layman?
Layman's terms. What it
filibuster
is basically when you're in the Senate, when you're a senator and you have the floor, you can talk as long as you want.
Yeah. Sure.
If you can talk the whole night through, you can talk as long as you want. Those are the rules. A lot of bills been blocked, not passed, because senators have got up there and filibustered, which means basically they can get up and talk for as long as they want. And that's what Cory Booker did. He got up there and said yesterday, I get up here with the intent that I can go as long as I can go, still I'm paraphrasing it, until I cannot go anymore. He went 25 hours, I believe, and broke Strom Thurmond, that racist bastard, broke his record for a black man.
Okay, let's it's a lot, because when you say filibuster, when you say filibuster, somebody can just hold up a bill and just keep talking forever and ever, as long as they want.
Yeah,
just hold the bill up.
Yeah.
And the last time that happened was when somebody was holding up the bills that was strictly to free and give civil rights to black people.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a person that stood up and held it up because that party did not like that.
Mm-hmm.
And was it Thurman?
Ron Thurman.
That one, that motherfucker. We got to talk about him one day. And that's another thing we're gonna start doing. We're gonna start going in depth in some of these key figures back in the civil rights era that y'all need to know. The white ones too. They're the ones y'all really need to know, to be honest with you. Because y'all know about the motherfucker bitch that sit on the bus and ain't want to move. Y'all know that shit. But do y'all know the white motherfuckers that was spraying the motherfucking water hoses? I think we need to talk about those clowns. You know what I'm saying? When we expand, you know what I'm saying? That's something we need to start really doing more shit like that. But I give him credit. I like what he did. And just like I said, the last time it happened, it was a racist pig trying to hold up our rights. And this time it was a black man holding up, trying to stop them from taking certain rights and certain privileges from Americans. So which one you think is more important? The white man that was standing up against civil rights for 24 hours, or the black man in 2025 that was standing up for equality and Social Security and health care for everyone? I mean, which one of those?
The one that happened today.
I mean, we got to ask these things so people understand why, in general, why we Democrats. You feel me?
Yeah, the one that happened today. Well, people don't follow politics. And even though he was part of the old Democratic Party at the time, Strong Thurman was one that he knows. And he was racist hunk of shit.
Mm.
And that record, for racists, they love some shit like that. That motherfucker Strong Thurman stood up there for 24 hours and 18 minutes and he fought for the cause of the white man to own these niggas.
New record. 25.
Right. And I think in 2025
Plus.
it was a black man that went out there that took down that monument in front of in something that started last night. I was watching when it first started, and then I tuned in and out and in and out. I'm like, shit. Yeah, so I figure he going for the record. He gonna break that record. He gonna drop right on the Senate floor.
Give people understanding what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Standing on the floor was Booker, and
story after story I read that just are such a betrayal, not of democratic values, but of American values. When you sacrifice your core values and you sacrifice them to a demagogue who says, this is all about your safety. When you sacrifice your core principles for your safety, you will achieve neither. He wants to take power from our Congress. And the thing that is killing me, that is actually breaking my heart, Brother Warnock, the thing that's actually breaking my heart is that we're letting them. That's why we're here. No business as usual. No business as usual. We're not doing the usual order. We're talking about these things. We're making the case. We talked about immigration. We talked about Medicaid. We talked about Medicare. We talked about health care. We talked about medical research. We talked about Social Security. We're marching through. What the president has done is left our allies feeling abandoned, feeling degraded and insulted. He's left our adversaries feeling emboldened, and has done things that has hurt our national security, that has made Americans less safe. I just feel that Trump mocks us. What does his Liberation Day mean to the people that are shackled to debt? From medical debt, that are shackled with student debt, that can't afford the rising cost of groceries. What's his liberation mean? to people who are chained by fear right now, waiting with bated breath to see if the Medicaid programs they rely on are going to be cut. What does his liberation mean? To people who are literally in jails right now because they were disappeared from our streets. What does his liberation mean to people who can't afford homes because of his tariffs, who dreamed of a new car, but that's going to go up as well? I don't know what he means by liberation. I honestly don't. I wish he'd explain it to the American people. Who's liberated?
I gotta go back over a few points that was made on both sides.
Are you sure your tax expert is right for you? Switch to TurboTax Full Service. Matched with a TurboTax.
Okay. No sooner than a few weeks after the election was over, get me right if I'm wrong, you said Kamala need to be back out there now. I need her out there now because she got to come back. Or what they were saying. I say, you know where I stand. I think she out of it for a minute. But I went on to say, even if she doesn't jump back out there right now, it's still a hole. Who's going to jump in the hole and be the voice of the Democratic Party? Or at least attempt to be the voice of the Democratic Party and take the bull by the horns. So those are points that we both made, and like I think your Kamala talk, her watch is about to be up on her coming out. But
Best believe it.
In the meantime, in between time, who's going to take the bull by the horn, or who's going to take the reins to be the voice of the party and put it out there? Cory Booker just did that. Now, and he did it in a hell of a ride. What he did is so deep on so many levels. It would take this whole part and probably two afterwards to really dissect what on so many levels. It was deep what he did. I mean, can't stop him from doing what the fuck they really want to do in the end, but he stepped up there, and people listened for about 25 hours or so. For 25 hours or so, he got up there, captured the attention of everybody, all the news organizations. He got this all over Trump. All the news organizations, everybody covered it, and it was covered in mainstream media. So he took all the way from Trump while breaking down and knocking out one of their oldest monuments in the government, in the Senate, is Strom Thurmond's 24-hour, 18-minute speech or filibuster against civil rights in 1957, something like that, I believe. He did all of that while he forced people to listen to him, not only in the Senate, but outside the Senate. I ain't gonna say the whole world, but a good portion of the country got this. And even by the clip you played, he began to set something that you have said needed to be said. It took him 25 hours to do it. He did it over 25 hours, and he listened. He began to set the narrative. Whereas he was leader of the party, where would he lead it? This is where we are at and need to be. What's happening on Medicaid? This is what they're trying to do. This is where what's happening, what they're doing with poor people. This is what they're doing with this. And he pointed out what they was fighting for, what the Democrats are fighting for. And at least the Senate Democrats are fighting for. Now you begin. if you're smart to build on it and you want to follow and get behind this man that did what he just did, he began to set a narrative that you can use, basically go to the people.
It's a lot about this joint, right? First, like you said, I agree with you. Somebody had to step up. And Kamala right now, that's an issue. For real. It's more than an issue than I thought, to be honest with you. And you appreciate the fact that somebody does this, but at the same time, how do you do it is the key point. Like 25 hours is good, but what are you saying? Are you getting the point across? To me, I think him doing that, he got the point across ASAP. First of all, you in this joint for hours and hours. But the thing that I like that he did for the 25 hours was to point out a situation that would not happen unless the orange fuck demon Trump did it. So that's what I wanted. That's what I was talking about. Like, we cannot just let this stuff happen. People gotta know what happened. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing. And you gotta make them, like Chuck Schumer blew the first chance to let everybody happen, where you could have let them do whatever the fuck and that vote and not vote with that. That would have been the first chance right there. He blew it. Now he lucky that this man took the time out and said, fuck, I'm gonna stand up here for 24 hours. He was lucky for that. Mm-hmm. Chuck Schumer really dropped the ball because his chance was not to vote for that bullshit last week. And then spin off that with the narrative. ASAP, he blew that. Oh no, it was worse. If you did this, it was worse than this. It was worse. Fuck you. Like, you fucked that up. Simple. If my man Cory Booker, then you had something? I seen something. Yeah, but Cory Booker, something up here. I don't see it. All right. And my man Cory Booker, if he didn't do that, then you wouldn't have another shot at changing the narrative. Like you were just saying, you need somebody. Me personally, I was talking about Kamala because she already had millions of people listening to her. So it's easy for her to carry a narrative like Orange the fuck Trump did. Even when he wasn't running, he was still running his narratives, even though he wasn't running. Oh, Biden, hey, check, he's sending videos out of Biden falling that wasn't real. So he started his narrative. That's how you start a narrative, a false narrative, but you got to do that right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he threw out videos here and there, some video here, he falling, and it wasn't real. By the time the news catch up and tell you, you know what, that was Trump lied, that wasn't real. You ain't hear that. You ain't hear that him correct that. You just saw the funny video. You done shared it and some more shit. And you think, man, Trump, Biden, oh, fuck, he done fell off the steps or some shit like that. And it never happened. It's some IE shit. What the fuck is that? And to me, he started a narrative of Biden is too old for the office. And that's how you have to do it. Like this nigga here. But don't forget, Schumer, your bitch ass fucked the first time up. Let's not forget. Because if this man ain't take time out to say 24 hours, I'm just going to stand here, you wouldn't have had another chance to change the narrative. You know what I'm saying? These are the chances. And another thing, as far as what I don't like about the joint, the only thing I don't like about the joint is he should have been like a handoff where, like you in relay race, this would have been more potent too. Because in reality, if you ain't, he gonna get some motherfucking like viral videos. He gonna get those, which is what you need. So he doing what he's supposed to do. But in the end, to really put a shock and awe in people where everybody in the nation will know is what he passed it to the next senator, and the next senator do it 24 hours. Pass to the next senator, and they do it 20. That would be a month and a half.
But you can't.
Yeah, let me see. Can you do that?
You can't do it like that because once he yields the floor and get a floor back,
Mm-hmm.
a Republican can jump in.
Mm-hmm.
Or it might be a Republican turn even if they do it like they do it at the hearing, you know. Republicans.
So when they jump in, they could go 24 hours.
They can go and just put
I
an
got
end to
you.
that.
So what he could do is ask a Democrat a question,
But
or let a Democrat ask him a question.
that's why they did it. That's what
He could do that.
That's what they did. He yielded.
So
Democrats, and shout out to the Democrats that did it.
So technically, you can't hand it off to another person.
You can't hand it off. You can't hand it off to another person because then
You gotta be talking to that person. You gotta be there
because you can.
You have to be there because you the one started the
you want to do it. It's your time to speak. So you ain't give you.
I got you.
If you give up your time, you give your time back.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you're right.
So and once he gets the floor back, he can't. It's over.
And then the chairman, whatever the fuck, can end the whole thing.
That's why he said everybody. So you had a rack of Democrat senators that basically gave.
So how can he get away with the 24-hour joint?
Because you can.
How he get away with it then?
Because you can have a floor as long.
So he just kept talking. So if he stopped talking, then they could jump in.
Nah.
If he yield the floor.
If he say I get the floor back, or I guess if it get to the point where he ain't saying shit or whatever. He'll yield the floor to get a floor up. So it's somebody else's turn to speak. And more than likely than not, that'll be a Republican. So that puts an end to that. So that would be one way to prevent him just saying, or him saying, I yield the floor, and another Democrat jump up and say, I'm gonna take the floor and I'm gonna go, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
blah.
I was thinking you could say, all right, I yield the floor to Senator Wardog. And then Wardog go 24 hours.
No. So when they ask the questions, he say, I yield my time on the floor, whatever, I yield my time to blah, 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 for ask a question, and I reserve the floor.
Can that person that asked the question, once he answered the question, can that person now go on a long diatribe?
Yeah. I don't think it could be that long. I mean,
I wonder how this shit work. That's why I say, like, they have to outsmart Republicans, bro. Like, if it's rules, bend those bitches. Like, once he do that, sling another person in there, let them go 24 hours, sling another motherfucker in there. And then Booker can come back in the morning after you got some nap. You know what I'm saying? We can do a shift on this bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Once you up there, that's your time. Once you get your time back, up there, you basically you done. So it's somebody else's turn, and I guess I would think just to be on the fair side, because you'll have Republicans filibuster. You probably, I mean, Democratic bills in recent Democratic control Senate. So both sides use it, but they cry about it when they don't have the power to do it.
Now this Booker, when he finally crossed the 25 hour.
Would the senator yield for a question?
Chuck Schumer, it's the only time in my life I can tell you no.
I just want to tell you a question. Do you know you have just broken the record? Do you know how proud this caucus is of you? Do you know how proud America is of you?
I'm going to read something right quick. This was a tweet, I guess it was a response about Fox News is losing their minds. And this was reading a tweet from Call to Activism. It says, of course, Fox News is still losing their minds over Cory Booker commanding a solid 22 hours on the floor. That's 22 hours he spoke, and the other 3 hours or so was the senators asking them questions and basically asking them long-winded questions so that he can get a break from speaking and get his thoughts together and whatnot. So it wasn't, he did the work, but they had a little help. But he says, of course, they're still losing their minds over Cory Booker commanded a solid 22 hours on the floor. What Fox News can't handle is that millions of Americans are hearing facts they won't otherwise hear on that channel. Democrats are energized. Now, I agree with the part about you will hear facts on Fox that you wouldn't hear otherwise. That goes to show that he took control of the news cycle, that even Fox had to cover this. Fox News had to cover this and play that speech live. So he was kicking out facts to this audience, bringing receipts and telling these people what Democrats are going to do about it. Those Democrats in the Senate, which he is now numero uno of, they had to cover it. They had to push it out to them people, and it may be one. It may start with one or two and say, hold up, maybe he's right. And that'll lead to blah, 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 blah. The black guys raised the button, the black bald-headed guy that stood up there and talked for 25 hours. Took down Strong Thurman's record. He make a lot of sense there. And they wouldn't hear this shit. So that was I don't know how big a win you call it, but it's a small victory.
I mean, in reality, most motherfucking Americans don't know they're doing it. Well, I say it'd been louder if you can string it along, but it's a start where you can spin off it. He can go on all the shows tomorrow. Every show that's named CNN the shows, he can be on it tomorrow. He can be on all Fox shows. He can start going on these joints every day to spin off of this. As long as he have his joint once he get on there to have a message, have a motherfucking something to set the narrative with once you get on these stations. Once you there, boom, set the narrative.
Oh, he's there. He's gonna be, I guess after he gets some sleep, he'll be on everything.
All stations. And then you gotta start giving these things names. Like, for example, the cabinet alone. You just gotta call them, it's like something like a Trump cabinet full of crooks or some shit like that.
Right.
Crooks or some shit. Crook cabinet. Something, anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, put something on his young. You know what I'm saying? It's like all of them are billionaire crooks and shit. Corporate crooks. Corporate crooks cabinet. Some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And start saying that. Get all the senators to say that. Once of the one American step up and start saying corporate crook cabinets, then you did it. You don't send a message. You know what I'm saying? But like this is a start where you can now, once you get on these stations, have something short and sweet, like you said, like what you said, 10 minutes, 10 words, some shit you said earlier. 10 words or something.
Do what he did tonight.
10 words
Don't
or something.
100 words what Tim will do.
Yeah.
Get out there and make it plain.
And then once you get out there, like Trump, I give Trump credit. It's been 2-3 sentences. In one sentence, 2 or 3 words is his whole joint.
And
break it down. Do that.
And like I was saying, right now, look, the first thing you got to do before you can energize the country, you got to energize your base. And what Cory Booker did now, what I'm saying out there and online, is they loving what he did, and they loving how he did it because he was speaking plain. Even front lefts, if those who like us who watch politics know who Frank Lutz is. He's that poster. Even the feedback he putting out there, and he know he straight leans right. He wasn't gonna want to put out them fucked up ass posts.
Yeah, he's trying.
Yeah, but even he, give him credit for doing what he did because it it's starting to energize the base. And what happened? Who is, as we say, and then some people are called us, you can call us race baiters or you can call us whatever the fuck. What is the base? Black people. Right now, black people are the base of the Democratic Party. Black people and Jewish people. We got some black Jewish people. So for him to get up there, that's why I said what he did today, over the course from last night into this evening, it is deep on so many levels because you can pull so much out of it. And you see that everybody loved what he did, and he spoke to everybody, and he didn't get out there and try to talk like he was educated or overly educated, or he talking down and using these big ass fucking words. And like I said, we both been saying, using 100 words when 10 are due, and talk to the people playing. He did it. The band got up there and he showed you what the fuck he could do. He got in front. Basically, he didn't get in front of the country. He ended up in front of the country to a certain extent. I mean, not to put it on the level of Trump giving a speech or whatever the fuck, but he did. What he did was big, and it got noticed and it got heard. So every clip that they, like you said, make clips out of it.
Yeah.
Every clip that you make is on him. He went through every issue out there, from the economy to healthcare to whatever, roads and bridges. He talked about every fucking thing, and he talked about it to everybody. And what the things that he talked about is one of the things that I said, you have to have a message that appeals to every wing of the party. We can argue on how to get there once you get in there, but what he did, he talked to every wing of the party, and because even when he got to racism, motherfuckers, they got to go through y'all to get to us. We the prize, fool. So I think it's a start. It's for him. It's a start because he already ran for president once. A motherfucker can catch fire off of something like this. Because to talk for 25 hours or so, you had to talk about a lot of shit.
Hell yeah.
That's
why I said,
you dig what I'm
that
saying?
was the big point of touching everything that he's doing that a Democrat wouldn't do at this point. That's what I always wanted.
Right. And he also, that's why we can go for days on what this speech means to a lot of shit. As for taking the Senate back, you got a fighter in the Senate. And what we just say, the message appealed to everybody. He didn't leave nobody out. He talked to everybody. So now he is will people want to unify around a Cory Booker? He already ran once, so he know how to navigate in there, and he know what he need to do that he didn't do last time. And now he the one that's at this point setting the narrative, because they're gonna want him on every. I think by Sunday he got a chance. He got a chance to put himself out there.
But if he get on these shows and start being wishy-washy, which I think he's gonna do eventually, and start, I will work with a Republican if he does XYZ, or Republicans are good, and if they don't do, you know what I'm saying? Nobody want to hear none of that wild shit no more, bro.
He can't look. In a way, this is the way I see it. In a way, he took power away from Chuck Schumer today also, because he can't be wishy-washy anymore. He talked for 25 hours. He put it all out there. He ain't hold nothing back. So whatever he stood on in that speech on the Senate floor, that's on record for the nation. That's a part of American history, regardless of the time. It was always going to be recorded, but now it's going to be recorded forever. You got a black man on the Senate floor. They put out a unified message for over 25 hours, and it ended up, it started out small, and it ended up to a certain extent in front of the nation. He made history, so on and so forth. At this point, barring that Kamala stay out, because if Kamala decided that she wanted to get back in, then it's a different story. But right now, he the man.
I don't want to get on Kamala right now because Monday I'm gonna torture her ass if I don't hear nothing. But that's Monday.
Oh man.
I'm just hoping he know how to spin it because he haven't been a person that does that. So I'm hoping he know what he's doing now because Crocker is more of a person that know how to spin it. If he know how to spin it like she do, like she know how to put something, like now he put a mark on where everybody gonna want to talk to him. Even YouTubers gonna call him. He gonna have so many people gonna call him. He gonna be so many places in the next week after he gets some sleep. He gonna be everywhere, bro. He gonna be on everything.
Yeah, right.
And that is the chance right then and there. Whether the Democrats are ready or not, they're gonna have to listen to whatever you said.
Yeah, he the man.
Said it from this point on, and everybody jump on board. Stop fucking bullshitting, bro. Calmly, I'll talk to you Monday. But right now, if he can jump up and make him the one, take it from here. Simple as that. You set yourself up good because people saw you put in a fight. So that's the first step. Second step, we want to see you go on these motherfucking channels and articulate what the fuck is the future with off of that. If you could do that, now you done moved yourself up to Crockett land. Jasmine Crockett land.
I'm gonna say this.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say this. He got a team behind him. They say his staff, right? See, I'm really dissect some, dissect some shit for y'all.
Yeah, no.
And they say that, he got together with his staff or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And, that means his team. I mean, he got a team behind him. Because when, and I'm not going to say if, in my opinion, when he just threw the gauntlet in Booker 2028. So, on the for real, if he ended up catching fire, it's going to force her hand, and she's going to have to come out sooner or later if somebody like Booker catch fire. Because now, as you were saying, he's going to be everywhere, and every time somebody say something or do an interview, they're going to be asked, well, do you agree with Cory Booker on this?
Exactly.
And right now we're going to find out how smart the new Democrats are.
Can he do it? Can he spin this thing?
Who is the one? Who will be the one that will come out when they ask, well, are you with Cory Booker and the Senate Democrats or whatever? Cory Booker on where he stands and what he said on the Senate floor about Medicare, about Social Security, about this, about labor unions, about whatever he talked about. Who's going to be the one right now that's stupid enough to say, I don't agree with none of that, or I don't agree with something in this, or I agree with something else.
Yeah, we're gonna start pointing those dinos out real soon.
Right. So
Dino, what the fuck? Am I saying this shit right, bro? I wish Teresa was here tonight. We can get this straight.
Dino.
We're gonna give you credit for this, even though Don Lemon gonna take it. We'll get Teresa credit for the dinos.
Right. So over the next few weeks, it's going to be
Democrats and name on it.
Now, over the next few weeks, as I have seen, as I watch politics, I think it's ready to heat up now. And on the Democratic side, it's about to heat up, especially now that we found out today that these motherfuckers are sending shit over Gmail. I ain't saying it's classify shit like that, all the other shit they be doing. But this shit with these people in national security and these people with the government secrets and all, they ain't a little bit too loose. And I mean, y'all can Hillary this, Hillary that.
Yeah, they passed that.
They still don't know what the fuck Hillary had. Ain't nobody hacked Hillary shit. Hillary wasn't sending shit over Gmail. Okay, if you want to say what
that is crazy,
right? They wasn't
like her shit was her ex-husband's server, which was the fucking president. His shit is secure. Right. Gmail. Right. Gmail though.
And one of the things y'all kept saying during that whole Hillary Clinton shit was it could get hacked. It's a private server, it can get hacked. Her shit ain't been hacked.
Gmail.
But you motherfuckers, y'all just sending shit all over private phones. That means
Gmail is crazy.
Y'all going around, y'all trying to go around the proper channels and the records act to do what the fuck to do the rotten shit that y'all doing and don't have that shit recorded. And that shit is motherfucking
greedy corporate crooks
forever. And y'all can try to get rid of the evidence of whatever the fuck you doing. But y'all stupid motherfuckers know this motherfuckers out here hackers. It's these motherfucking hacking motherfuckers is hacking in all kind of wild shit. And if you think these motherfuckers, now that they know that y'all doing stupid shit like that, ain't trying to hack into y'all shit, put malware on your phones and all this other shit. Y'all motherfuckers just made yourself targets, and y'all know China is famous for this shit.
These niggas on Gmail though, bruh.
Right.
Like, I can't even explain that.
God, what the fuck?
Like,
y'all can reach me on Gmail.
Like, what are we doing? You really want everybody to die at this point? Like, come on. You can't be that stupid and ignorant to facts that way. You just Gmail though, when you talking about some national shit, you really think that was okay? Nobody thought of that. The whole gang of them didn't think of it.
They didn't think about it when they was doing shit on Signal. And it wasn't giving a fuck about and giving a fuck enough to double check who the fuck they was letting in the chat.
That shit is dangerous.
These people are careless. These people are stupid. These people are negligent. These people are dangerous.
Yeah, they don't get somebody hurt.
This ain't the first time they be doing this shit. If the Washington Post does this shit, come on. And see, this is kind of this see, like I see beyond. I'll say this. This is where I feel. My man's right here. He's more. I want to see this shit happening. I want to see this shit happening now. That's how I see him and in the perspective that he come from. He come from he want a quick and decisive action. I'll say that. Me, I tend to look at the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is if the Democrats, they giving it to you. They not only
there's 1,000.
You got a man that's basically just set the agenda or set the narrative or begin to on the overall overarching message. And then the fucking details, these stupid motherfuckers are giving it to you. If you want to go at them on national security, we're more secure. And then they just hand you the motherfucking ball and say, well, here, take this. Oh shit, they sending national security messages over Gmail.
That's why I say you got they gotta put all that in one bottle of corporate crooks or something. Like all this got bottled up into one thing where Americans can bite that into the country being run by corporate motherfucking crooks. Real simple, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that swallows up everything they doing. Like when you start saying they stealing your Social Security, oh, that's a corporate crook. Yeah. Everything will go like, you know what I'm saying?
I see these corporate crooks. I mean, you hear language. It's a lot of people speaking like that out there. But it ain't, I guess the one thing ain't catch fire yet. Because you can try to label them something, then Trump will come back and label you something, Trump
I want
something.
I want to see like an ad that's using these names. Give Americans something that they hear, something they can take. Like if right now, if you show a ad, right, where you got Trump sitting there with a smug look on his face, then you got in the background people losing their jobs, lights out, food, you can't get your insulin. All that's happening in the background while he's standing there with a smug look on his face, and you say, "Make America great again" at the end. Then you have a visual of what are you saying now to people. You feel me? And all that will connect. And somebody sitting there that just lost their government job, and this happening as we speak. People probably lost their job yesterday, day before in the government. See what I mean? And if they wasn't sit somewhere and watch one of those videos, the commercial come on by accident, they flicking through their joint or whatever, and see that, it will hit their heart. It'd be like, what the fuck, fired me too, this bitch ass nigga. You need to touch people at this point broad, you know what I'm saying? And I think Booker is starting. Schumer fucked this moment up. Now my man right here manufactured the moment so you can do it again. You got another chance, you know what I'm saying? All of them, everybody has another chance. To me, Democrats now, by Trump winning, you have a chance now to tell people who are y'all? What the fuck do y'all do? And like this 25-hour joint, he explained in a lot of situations where Obama did this, Clinton did such and such, and then this was reversed. That's what I wanted. That's what I've been screaming for. You got to put in an atmosphere of what the hell y'all do compared to what the fuck they've been doing. People don't know they've been trying to take your health care and you've been trying to give it to them. You gotta let people know that's what's been going on over years. And once everybody put all that in one bottle, and then you say corporate, whatever the fuck, all that together. So next time when it's time to vote, everybody's thinking corporate motherfuckers took my job, they fucked my money. All that will go into one thing. Man, make me a strategist, man. Hey, Democrats, call your boys. We got this, you know what I'm saying? But hey, before we got in though, it was a motherfucking pastor, bro. Oh God. Now, look, I was raised. What people don't understand, I was actually raised in church, bro. My grandmother stayed in the church. I would say she was fucking with the deacon at the time, but grandpa was in the house. So that's another story. You know what I'm saying? That was happening, and I was in that bitch on Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays. We was doing this little meet together, whatever the fuck we was doing on Wednesdays. Fridays we was getting together for the plays and shit like that. We was doing all that wild shit. I had to come in there and set it up. I had to come in there and feed people, get the food together. And I was young. When grandma was just, her and the deacon was close, put it like that. And I was in there all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up in a church. And I knew firsthand that those pastors are full of shit. That some bitch is a full of shit ass nigga talking up that bitch, bro. I couldn't take it. I was little as shit too. I was in that joint like, bro, I can't. This dude. First of all, by you being around my grandma, I didn't like you, right? Because grandfather, that's my nigga. Right. He in the house, and who the fuck are you, right? At this point, what are you? I'm young, you know what I'm saying? It's like I keep coming in here and you touching grandma. Like I'm not liking church no more. Because when I come to church, that's why I see you touching. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro. But yeah, I was in that joint like all the time. You know what I'm saying? So pastors to me, it's some good ones, don't get me wrong. But most of these motherfuckers are in it for the money, bro. Like anytime you try to make a mega church, that's for money. When you don't even know how many people you got yet. You know what I'm saying? And congregations fluctuate. You don't know how this is going to work. You're going to build a mega church. I'm a mega church man. And shit like that. It's like, bro, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It's like some pastors overthink things and try to think things more of money than what they're supposed to be there for. You know what I'm saying?
Especially open up a motherfucking church or motherfucker. You there for a reason. People there coming there for a reason, bro. It ain't just to give you money though. So you had the motherfucker pastor. I just want y'all to hear what he said first before we interject on this one here. You know what I'm saying?
There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. It's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. Now, everyone up here, we've all sold and seeded, but I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically, or even if you're giving tangibly, I'm gonna have y'all come to the altar and give it, because I need to see 1,000 people moving. Bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people online need to give $20. This is easy, saints. There's 1,000 of you.
All right. All right, what you think about that?
I think it's this. People already come to your church. You go to the pastor and you lead them, and they give. They pay tithes and make their offerings. And a lot of people don't do it out of the abundance of what they have. They peel off what little they do have. And that was the Bible was all about. The woman, you know the story of the woman who gave her last penny to the Lord, to the church. And Jesus said that meant more than the rich man giving out of the excess of what he had. And a lot of people get in your church out of the abundance of what they can, what they don't have. You know, they peel off more than they can afford to, and they're happy to do it because they think they'll receive it. They believe they'll receive their reward. For you, and this goes for Creflo too, who wanted a plane. Come on. You want what all I got to do with you leading God's people and doing the work, continue to work with Jesus Christ. Jesus didn't have a plane. Jesus didn't demand that his followers give him such and such. We all know the story of the loaves and the fishes. That's what it is about. Not that it's caused to sit up there. If you can't do it as Jesus did out of what you have. When Jesus told the young man wanted to follow him, I has not nowhere to lay my head. I don't got a roof over my head, people. So for you to hold your congregation hostage to give you $40 for what? $40,000 for what? What are you going to do with it? You talking about it costs to sit up there. If you can't afford to sit up there, don't sit up there. Let the people get somebody else to lead them, to teach them God's word.
You pretty much took the last piece of words out of my mouth. Like, bro, if you want, you don't want. Now, first of all, I'm not a religious ass motherfucker. I'm not really religious like that no more. Like I'm sitting here and preaching shit to you or some shit. But if you motherfucking is a pastor, you gotta know what you're there for, bro. If you there for any other reason, you need to drop out, like you just said. Like, find somebody else. Get somebody that's under you that's more passionate about teaching the word. Like, you can't be there in your mind and say, lock that door. Hey, you're not. Nobody's leaving. God damn it! Till you, I want to see 40,000 in this basket before y'all motherfuckers leave here. That don't. My grandma probably would have shot his ass in there, bro.
I'd have got up. I'd have walked out.
Like what the fuck, bro? It wouldn't even let.
My
grandma would have spazzed in there, bro. Like that wouldn't even flew.
No.
Like what are you talking about? First of all, you putting a number on what I'm giving you. Then you telling me to give you. Then you tell me with force I'm gonna give you. Like what the fuck is happening here?
Right. No, we're not doing that. That's what we not going to
Man,
do.
I already pictured my grandma spazzing out in that joint ASAP.
Man, I'd have left that. I'd have got up, bro.
Spazzed out.
Because I'd have lost it cost to sit up here. Oh, that one totally threw me for a loop. It cost to sit up there. Oh, what you mean it cost to sit up there, bro? That's not what it's about.
Where did they even get that from? What made them say it cost to stand up there, though?
No.
What would make you say that?
That's not even close to what it's about.
What the fuck?
It's about you teaching and spreading the word.
And them niggas behind them shaking their head.
Yep. Teaching of Jesus Christ.
Y'all ain't seen the niggas behind them?
Right.
Yep.
And for you to pull that stunt.
It costs.
Let's get one thing straight. Jesus went into the churches and turned over the tables and flipped the tables of the gamblers and the money exchangers and people of that nature that was doing ill stuff in the church. What do you think? If Jesus was to come back today and he came up in your church and he saw that, dude, I don't understand. I mean, y'all need planes, y'all need this, and y'all have congregations, especially you with mega churches. Y'all have congregations of thousands of people. That is the main reason behind the separation of church and state. Because if you ran it like England was ran, the priests and the people of the cross, so to speak, had all the power because they had all the people behind them and they could sway the people to go whichever way they want them to go. And so they yielded a lot of power. The framers of this country decided that they wasn't going to be like that. So we're like, nah, one shall not bleed over into the other. And running this much. So that's how you get. That's how basically you got the system that we got of capitalism. It's a capitalist nation, a racist capitalist nation. We get a capitalist nation. So
that's crazy. It's crazy. And that nigga need to be slapped. Taste need to be slapped out of his motherfucking mouth. And I don't care. A lot of some videos, people be like, man, that's taken out of context. You can't take what I heard from out your mouth out of context, bro. First of all, you say close the fucking doors. Now, first of all, when you say close the doors, I heard that. I don't know what else to say about that, but you say close the door. And you don't leave until this basket. You said that. So I don't understand. I don't get it. Then you obviously put a number on the shit that you want. Like, what is that? I never heard. Now, pastors are snake motherfuckers that get the money from you, true. They don't put no number on it, though, bro.
And we already know this was plotted out because, but I know it was plotted out or feel it was plotted out because of the way he did it. You had a number, you had the division of how many people's in the congregation and how many people's online.
Yeah, he did.
You had them down to the number. He
did.
Yeah, look, 100 of y'all give 100 y'all give $1,000 and 500 y'all give $100 or 5 y'all 500.
He saw it come up. He saw it come up.
Hey, you had this figured out. So
you saw a quick come up. Either that joint about to close, he haven't told the congregation.
That
type shit.
He
tried to make that quick come up.
Yeah, he in it for some. He needs money for something.
Now you know, if he even get half of that, it should help him whatever the situation they in. You know what I'm saying? Like if he was to get donated 20 G's, Whatever. No, these mega churches, boy, I don't know. They in the millions now in any joints.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even think 20,000 is even gonna help this clown.
Right.
Yeah, he probably fucked up himself in here. Oh, yep. And his goal was to try to get as much money he can to at least pay the bill so they can stay open a couple more months.
No, I think this.
What show was that when the joint was closing?
This is what I think.
The church was closing. Ice Cube was in there.
And if I'm wrong, may God forgive me. I think he caught up with something. He needs some money that's off the record. He done knocked somebody up, or he done got caught in a scandal that he got to get off, and that money can't come off. The money can't come off a certain book, so it come back to him. Stuff like that happens. I'm not accusing him of something. I'm saying this is a possibility that something like this could go down, where he needs some money that's off the books for some whatever reason, and bam. And he need it fast because he can't take it from here without it getting noticed. Oh, I know what I do. I ask congregation, hold on, I say, it'll be $45.
Real quick, yeah.
Pay this motherfucker off. Could be some pussy, could be gambling. I'm not saying it is. I'm just throwing out an idea.
But if you in that congregation,
why would you do this?
Sitting in the chair, this looks serious right now, right or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's something happening here that is not usual. All of a sudden, he closing the door, bro.
Right.
Like, this is odd. If I'm sitting there like, something ain't right here, bro. What's happening? Like, if you're a churchgoer, they go to his church, him telling them to close the doors had to be odd to y'all. Like, had to be like, what is happening? What do you mean?
That's some Jim Jones type shit.
Yeah.
And no.
Why do you mean close the door? And then he was saying, hey, don't let anybody out.
Hey, don't let nobody out. I don't walk in that door.
Like, what are we doing? Right. I probably would stood up there like everybody, my family coming out, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know about them. Like, we done here. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what you on, and I don't give a fuck no more. Bye.
Hey, you rather deal with him. You went over that door.
Yeah, we ain't doing all this holding the door closed stuff. I don't know what that was about. He locked it though, bro. Like, hey, no, don't let them out. Lock it.
Lock it.
Like what?
Hey, bro. You better have it.
Are we still doing a preaching thing or we on something different? We getting robbed? Like, what's happening here? I'm confused now. Like,
it's a stick up.
This is a stick up, holy style.
That's basically what it is.
A holy stick up. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Because he was serious about it.
That's what I mean. He's sweating. That means lock the door. Yeah. If I'm a normal person that comes here, this is not normal.
Yeah. Because that's how you talk to a motherfucker when you robbing a liquor store. Hey, lock that door. I should lock the door.
Y'all ain't in here. How many y'all here? 10 of y'all? Oh shit, I should be come off nice.
And I bet
it's 10 of y'all. Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Oh yeah. I bet he was just like my man Silky Slim on Uptown Saturday Night. Stay where you are for 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Anybody move before them will be shot. I want to thank y'all for a very lovely evening. Never had so few, done so much, so many. And that's what he did. He robbed the shit out y'all. That was, you was right. They was stuck up. They got robbed with no mask and no guns.
Yeah, that's odd, yeah.
That's just how he pulled it off. He went gangster on him. Locked the door.
Yeah, nobody put out the gun though. But y'all gonna give me some shit. ASAP.
Man.
How many of y'all here? I should have this amount. Like what?
It's 4,000 of y'all up in there. Y'all give me $1,000 a piece. And those online.
I should be good.
You send me $100.
Fuck around with y'all.
I'm gonna let these people out. Yeah, he did it without a knife, a gun, a bomb. He ain't none of
You know what I would did? I would left that joint and press charge on kidnapping and robbery on this bitch nigga. I would put my money in his whatever the bag he had around. Oh, okay. Boom.
Hey,
you just robbed me, you clown. Let me out now. Once I get out, call the police. He robbed me. Real simple. He can't say he ain't robbed you. Like, what do you mean?
He robbed you of your free will.
If you don't want that. If you don't want to say kidnapping, it was that.
Right.
You can't do that. You can't do that. You really can't. You really can't do that part right there. Close the fucking doors and nobody get out.
Close the door.
You can't do that.
Hey,
That ain't legal. Bro.
You gon'
You can't do it.
only thing he did it without he ain't had no ninjas.
That was odd. That's odd.
He had no guns.
That's like I'm sitting in the barbershop and the niggas lock the joint. Click. Hey, you know what? No, how many in? 10. Nobody leave till I get $500. Like, wait, what? I've been here every week. I never heard you do this before. What's happening? You know what I'm saying? You done lock the door, you sweat. What's happening, bro?
Hey, he ain't used no cuss words, but I know he's on the verge a couple of times. Lock a motherfucking door.
Yeah, that's how you look, yeah. And if I'm in the crowd, like, I've been like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's odd, bro.
Y'all got no bullshit. Y'all that's called a strong arm robbery. What he did in the
press charges, bro.
Man.
I pressed charges on at least the door closing. Yeah, I wanted to leave. He stopped me. Now, while he had me stopped in here, he made me give him for almost $1,000. That's thievery to me.
He locked the doors. He demanded money. Cause I'm like, I
ain't got 1,000. What you got? 5? I had to give him 500. Right. Like, what the fuck is happening, bro? That ain't even how church work, though.
Give it up.
Even the motherfuckers that are crooks don't even do it like that, bro.
Yeah, that was
like it costs to stand up here with me and them. Who are y'all two? What are y'all doing up there, bro?
Yeah, that was kind of.
I think that was the worst thing you could say ever.
That was kind of tough.
When this nigga said it costs to stand up here.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Hey, that's some shit you talk about. That's shit you talk about with you and your boys, man. Shit got me, Charlie. Shit costs, man. Costs to live up here, Joe. Man, shit, man. I might gotta go rob a liquor store or something. I don't know. That's what the fuck you did. They was sitting him and the deacon boys or whoever he be talking to, man.
They was back there happy. I think when he say that tells me it's a bill problem. It's a money problem. It's a bills problem. When he say it costs to stand here, that means he talking about the bills, I think. That makes it worse, bro. like when I come to church, your bills shouldn't be our issue.
Right. That's what tithes and offerings are for.
Like, what is happening? Wow.
Man.
We do appreciate everybody that tunes into our podcast. We're going to grow this thing. There's a lot more issues we can get into tonight, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But we do appreciate y'all a whole lot for standing with us, all the hoodies out there. Take your time out to like, subscribe to our channel. We appreciate y'all a whole lot, you know. It's a big summer coming up. We're trying to get outdoors, take y'all on some motherfucking. Let y'all see DC, you know what I'm saying? Let y'all see DC from our eyes, you know what I'm saying? Not just this podcast view, you know what I'm saying, dog? So it's big spring, big summer coming up for this podcast. So check us out, you know what I'm saying, dog? On all your platforms, holler at your boys. You got something to say with y'all, you know?
Peace.
Definitely holler at your boys on all platforms. Follow, like, subscribe on Instagram, all that shit. All that shit, you know what I'm saying? Until then, what's the day? Shit. I lost track of shit like a motherfucker. And y'all know, we always pop up. Y'all ain't expecting sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's what we do. Until then, it's never too late for the black debate.
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets, you know what I'm saying, dog? You know, we're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers, none of that shit that's on TV, you know what I'm saying? We come straight in the hood, we the hood view, you know? Representation of black people, period, on the bench, because we don't know who Clarence Thomas is representing. He's sitting on a Supreme Court, sitting on a bench, smelling like cocoa butter. Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets, you know what I'm saying, dog? You know, we're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers, none of that shit that's on TV, you know what I'm saying? We come straight in the hood, we the hood view, you know? Representation of black people, period, on the bench, because we don't know who Clarence Thomas is representing. He's sitting on a